Hey there friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today I'll be doing a double first-time reaction to a group called Yorushika. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. And in this group we have two members primarily alongside potential other session artists, but we primarily have a vocalist named Suis, S-U-I-S, which to me reminds me of my French class because suis is one of the conjugations of the verb être, which means to be. So if that has any similarity or reference to French, that would be really interesting. A great name. So we have Suis, and then we have I think guitarist and producer named N Buna. Now both of these groups I am just completely unfamiliar with. I don't really know the style of music we're going to be hearing today, but I'm excited to check them out nonetheless. First, we'll dive into a song called Sunny, and then follow it up with a song called That's Why I Gave Up on Music, which I would never give up on music, but we'll see what that's all about. I'm excited to check these out, but first, a big thank you goes to Rion, whose generous support made this reaction possible. Thank you, Rion. And now, let's jump in. Got a nice animated video. Super delicate. A nice pleasant guitar melody. Huh. Ooh, that bass. Oh. Wow. Wow. Wow, that is an interesting chorus. Very poppy. Let me go back. Really smooth transition. Gorgeous. This is gorgeous. Whoa. I really like this timbre on the guitar mixed with the singer here. It's like this very delicate coordination between the two. I don't know, it's just a matching of their frequencies, I guess, because in terms of pitch, they're not all too far off from one another. The guitar melody is obviously bouncing around a lot and has more thickness to it because of, the nature of playing chords, whereas the human voice can't produce multiple notes at the same time unless you're, singing undertones and overtones and all of that madness. But the coordination between the vocal note and those guitar chords, it almost feels like each vocal note that's being sung is intended to fit with that chord. And now you're saying, Sohum, that's a very obvious thing. Of course, they're going to make the vocals match the chords, but it's not only in terms of pitch, it's in terms of frequency. It feels like a very lovely musical sandwich. I don't know how else to put it. A very sunny, bright song as well. Yeah, it's super bright. Oh, that bass, man. Ooh. When that bass kicks in. Wow. It's so interesting. the guitar and bass underneath all of this is dancing. It's a very calming energy. This is so interesting. Oh, wow. Hold on. The guitars here, they feel and sound like the water droplets we see on screen there. Also, I don't even know how to like verbalize this point. I'll do my best here. It feels like this bass, it feels like this whole song is so stripped of like extra, like almost unnecessary musicality and or extra instrumentation. It's stripped down to just the guitar, just the bass, just the vocals, just the drums, with, I would say, very minimal added digital production and other instrumentation. And it kind of almost leaves so many of these like musical gaps open where you can just fill it in with something as groovy and gelling together as that bass. Because when it's, just the drums, just the guitar, just the vocals, it sounds nice, but you feel those like pockets. It's almost like you have bricks that are laid out without any of like the, surrounding what's like between the tar between the two bricks that you're laying together. When you add that bass, it literally fills up every single crack and crevice in that mortar wall. Oh, brick and mortar. There you go. This is really cool. I don't know how to describe this other thought though, so I'll keep listening. Really great so far. Look at the droplets of notes, of raindrops. That's gorgeous. Oh. Yeah, the bass here. Wow, the switch. Oh, it's so good. Yeah. Wow. I love her vocals. They're so like subtle and crystal clear. And again, the way that her vocals fit in with the guitar, with that bass, I gotta say, I love that bass tone above all else. And then that guitar, when it almost feels like the literal raindrops. I think from a tone perspective, the guitar and bass absolutely nailed it on this track here, Sunny. And yeah, in coordination with Sui's vocals, it's just very, very unique. It's not acidic in the same way that other songs with very like high-pitched, super gainy guitars might be, or like, if you ever like listen to the Autos of the world, she can be very, I think, polarizing to some listeners because she can reach those really high octaves, right, with more of like a scream kind of vocal delivery, or something that's more shrill to maybe the average listener. I'd say this kind of track, if I put into that kind of frame of reference, is far more of a, let's say, reserved auto track with obvious differences. And I love this song. Really cool. We get to hear one more. We get to hear why, that's why I gave up on music. And I assume this is going to be maybe potentially more sad because we had a sunny song and then we're potentially going to have a more somber song. So I'm excited to check that out. But first, if you are all enjoying my reaction thus far, please hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to support the channel and request a reaction yourself, please feel free and hit the link down below. And now let's jump into the second song. We get piano now. Consistent drum. Boom. Whoa. Whoa, that's so interesting. Fast-paced, piano-driven melody. Not at all sad. You hear the guitar? Wow. Wow, these lyrics. Wow. Tapping his fingers. I gotta say, I'm hearing the electric guitar popping into. I love this track. What? Why have I not heard this before? This feels so bubbly and sweet and somber and just pleasant. It's just a pleasant song. I'm trying to I guess I should just listen more, but I'm trying to kind of articulate the thoughts that I have around what I'm hearing, because it is so airy, so bubbly, and everything is pretty fast tempo. Even if you listen to Sui's vocal delivery here, it's all happening in a very consistent flow and a rhythmic flow that she's able to change. Because in the chorus, it almost felt like at the beginning she's singing in a kind of gallop, dum da dum da dum da dum da dum dun 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 dun, almost like a bit of a rap cadence, and it's a bit different from what she was doing in the verses. And I like that there's this variety in her own delivery, because even if you maintain kind of a standard tempo to a song like this, her varying her own delivery of the lyrics changes the feel, changes the speed, even without altering the metronome whatsoever. This is a really interesting production, man. I have a lot of positive things to say. She hates fake people. It's an inferiority complex haunting my unsatisfied mind like a ghost. Oh god, give me a second to parse that one. It's an inferiority complex haunting my unsatisfied mind. Okay, so she's constantly bothered by her own inferiority complex. Like comparison being the thief of joy kind of thing. My music can never compare to others. That's why I'm giving up on music. Wow. You are all human. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Just cascading piano notes up and down. What was that line there? why you can't make a living from something like music. This is like the antithesis of the message I want to hear right now, because I would love to make a living off of music, or at least something music tangential. I don't care if the lyrics are lazily done. Wow, apathy now. Wow, confirming that belief. It's so earnest, but a little despair in there as well. Oh, the harmonic minor. Key change. Did we just get a key change? I think so. Oh, it's gorgeous. She's not in it for the fame. Wow. I truly hope that she's not giving up on music, because I'm only just discovering her now. Taking a look at the YouTube here, this song did come out 5 years ago. Track listing. This is the final track on, I guess, this record here. I assume the first full album. That's why I gave up on music. Wow, what an album title to start off. That's why I gave up on music. It definitely catches the eye, I'll tell you that. From a marketing perspective, wonderful job. Because if you're planning to listen to a song that's titled, "That's Why I Gave Up on Music," I mean, that's a really interesting, attention-grabbing kind of a song title. And it has so much truth baked into it, right? Because any creative endeavor, music creation being one of those things, painting, anything that really involves true expression of the self and creativity through whatever mechanism, right? It is very hard to kind of disentangle your own efforts with like what you feel like and know may get praise and adulation and positive feedback and reviews, because you can make a song that is popular that you don't actually feel any love towards yourself or creative itch, right? You created that song because you knew it would do well on the radio, and maybe you write a song from scratch that you truly love, and you know, it's unique, it's harmonically different, rhythmically things are different, it isn't your typical pop song, and then nobody likes it, and all of a sudden you have to second guess your own ability, your own capability, your mind is filled with that inferiority complex, because I literally put my heart and soul out there to try to make this song work, and nobody really cares about it. And it's just, I think, a perpetual dance that artists have to kind of deal with and contend with, a mental battle between the self and the external world, and sometimes those two things can be conflated with one another. And this is a random aside, but a band I listen to relatively often with the limited time I have is Dream Theater, and their lead keyboard player, Jordan Rudess, he had a quote, and their music, I should give a caveat, their music is like progressive metal. So progressive is inherently a very genre-defying, genre-blending, breaking kind of style that wouldn't easily lend itself to become like a #1 pop hit on all of the radio stations. It's, I would say, more in line with like a musician enjoying that kind of music than your average Joe. So he had a quote that said, let me see if I can get it right. He was like ironically saying like, oh yeah, like we totally wrote this song, The Dance of Eternity, with all of its like bells and whistles going crazy, up and down scale shifts, vibe changes. Oh, we wrote this song totally for radio. And that irony was like so telling to me that musicians, we all in some way, shape or form know this reality of creative expression versus like, let's say, results, popularity, plays, whatever. There's always this inherent tension. And what I can say is, if you are an artist, if you are a musician, as long as you can recognize that there is a tension there, then play along that line and be honest in your production, be honest in how you are exerting yourself creatively. And, who knows, you may be able to create music within, let's say, the boxes of what could make you popular, and make something that is genre blending, genre defining, and also popular. In one sense, you kind of have to like know the rules to be able to break them, or like maximize the entire volume of what's possible in that small confined space. Either way, I don't agree with ever stifling yourself creatively. I want to see musicians around the world succeed in all of the unique ways that I think are possible. Yeah, long rant aside, these two songs here, these two tracks were really enjoyable. So many positive elements to take away. I think I'm gonna like distill it down to one word, and it is just a pleasant vibe. I guess that's two. We'll go with two words. Pleasant vibe. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed my reaction. Subscribe if you did, and if you'd like to request a reaction yourself, hit the link down below. It's one of the best ways to support what I do over here. Anyways, y'all, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and peace.